Yo, what's up guys, TheInsaneGamefreak here. This video is really going to be towards the fellow video makers. You're going to relate to this video a lot more than the commentaries, and you're going to kind of get to see some of the things that will piss you the fuck off for someone who makes videos. Or you'll get to see the inside look of shit. I know there were some videos that were made previously by other YouTubers. I know Manga Min made one. I know Jay has made one relating to it too, about how this shit isn't easy. And the one thing I'm going to focus on off of those videos is just recording videos and making videos in general, because there's a lot of things about this that just inherently will piss you the fuck off. And I'm going to go through a few lists and tell me if any of you fellow video makers have these issues too, because this shit will make you just not want to do anything that day. Actually, some of this shit has stopped me from doing shit that day. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fucking interruptions, the most common and the most prevalent of things that can piss you the fuck off when you're recording a video. Now, for you guys who make short videos, this probably doesn't piss you off too much because you don't have to repeat that much. But if you're like me, who make videos that go gauge from like 10 to 20 minutes, this is infuriating. You ever been where you're just like talking and you're like halfway through the video? Like for me, it'd be like 10 minutes into the video, and all of a sudden you hear this random Terrell! You know, it usually only happens when most of us live in areas where it's not just one person in our area. I mean, you know, if you live in your own apartment and whatever, that's cool. Not everyone does. I live with my parents, so obviously I gotta hear this bullshit where I'm like, I'll be in the middle of the video, hear knocking at my door going, Terrell, you want something to eat? Are you up? Go to bed. You know, all this other bullshit. Or have my sister be on here being like, Terrell, what you doing? What you doing? Like, and this is the most frustrating shit, because you'll be in the middle of the video, you'll be like, really? Really? And it also depends, and this is why I edit. You wanna know why I edit? Because I'm not willing to fucking do what some YouTubers do. Because if you're a YouTuber who doesn't like to fucking edit their videos and you gotta get it in one straight shot, and you're like, I think Uber is probably the best example of this. He's a dude who doesn't edit his videos and he does these long ass videos. Can you imagine doing like a 30 to 40 minute video and getting interrupted? Fuck! It's literally one of those moments. And that's why a lot of us just leave certain random moments in there, because it's just kind of like, fuck it. Like, really, like, I'm not recording this again. Fuck it. Now, and hell, sometimes I just make a joke out of it, depending on what the interruption is. Like, so now if I'm annoyed or frustrated, because here's the thing, that's the other thing. For me, I record my videos usually either I never really record them in the middle of the day unless it's the weekend, and even then I'm still getting knocks on the door about random shit like, did you wash your clothes yet? Can I use your bathroom? Because I have a bathroom right there. Like, it's just fucking frustrated, man. Like, no one wants to put up with that shit. Or Mean, if you see any of Uncle Mean's older videos, had his like fucking siblings and his fucking nephews running that bitch. This is the most aggravating thing. And it's especially when it's repeating. It's a repetitious kind of thing. It was just like, fuck. Like, it's one of those, like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to record a video. So that is just straight frustrating. Right? People need to understand that. That's the first thing that'll get on your nerves. Second thing that'll get on your nerves is the camera itself. This is the other most frequent problem. You know, if you're recording on a camera that has a battery and the fucking camera cuts off, especially if it's one of those cameras that doesn't like I have a flip camera that's currently plugged into the computer. This little thing. Now, luckily for me, when I'm recording, this shit will flash red. So I know it's recording, and if it stops flashing red, that usually means it cut off on me. And the thing is that not all cameras have that. The old camera I originally had doesn't do that. I had to like press a button on the back, and it makes a noise when it starts recording. But you don't have any indication while recording yourself that it's recording. And there have been times when I fucking recorded the video, and the fucking video didn't record, or I didn't hit the button. Or maybe the shutter was off and you couldn't see yourself or some bullshit. Or maybe the audio, or maybe the mic was rerouted. That's happened on this fucking Logitech webcam like millions of times. Where I've had my fucking USB headset hooked up in this bitch, and I've like had it hooked in, and the audio has come through on these fucking on the videos through the fucking headset, which is bad because the headset, like this shit, because the mic's right here, would be laying on the fucking bed. So you hear like this really distant echo, even though I'm looking like straight at the fucking camera. Like I'm right here. We're right fucking here. But what you're hearing is if you're hearing it from here. So it's like fucking 50 miles away next to the spread and shit. And it's like, well, fuck. It's like, there's a lot of stupid shit with mics and cameras that can piss me the fuck off. That's mainly why I think most people who get cameras should get like a USB camera, one that you just plug into the computer and fucking record videos. Because when you get the ones that have like their own batteries and shit, things are more tended to fuck up. Also, just remember when you record your videos, make sure your fucking mic is not plugged into the computer, because for some reason, at least with Logitech, I've noticed, likes to reroute this shit to this mic. I actually think there's some videos on my channel. I think one of my Skid Dance reviews is like that, where I accidentally didn't realize it, even though, and what makes it even dumber is that this thing has an option to switch mics, and it'll be on the right mic, and I'll still have that fucking problem. And I'm like, well, fuck me. And that is some bullshit. That'll make you not want to do it. And you gotta remember, this is before you thinking of an idea. It's like some people like sit down and think about it, and or some days you're really inspired. Like for me, some days I have days where I will record like 6 fucking videos at once. You know how frustrating that is when you want to record 6 videos at once and you're all inspired and inspired. My bad, not inspired. That means you be dead. You're all inspired and shit, and you go to record the videos and you have fuck ups like the camera and the fucking mic and the interruptions. You don't want to fucking record the video anymore. And then you're like, and then your fans will be like, or people who watch a video will be like, why haven't you put out a video in a week? I'm like, well, because every time I try to record a video, I seem to get interrupted or something seems to fuck up. This is why I suggest editing, and this is why I suggest cameras that don't have fucking that you can just hook up to the computer as a USB thing. And even those will give you some shit. Like my old camera, if my computer wasn't new enough or I didn't have a USB 2.0 port, my shit lagged on when I used the camera on my old computer. On my laptop, it was some bullshit. I mean, it's just straight. It's some bullshit. So those are things that'll get on your nerves. The next thing I probably can cover is editing issues, which for now we're getting a lot more specific. We're not getting into just the people who fucking make videos, but the ones who actually edit the videos. This is the most frustrating thing, and there's like 6 or 7 different categories with this. The first thing is having the right editing software. I remember the days when I first was editing videos and I used Windows Movie Maker. You can see some of those videos on my fucking Game Manic channel. Those were a bitch, because if anyone who's made videos from way back then, you know Movie Maker is a piece of fucking shit. It crashes like ass and it never saves anything. You want to strangle the fuck out of it. It's infuriating to use. Fuck Windows Movie Maker. Like every fiber of my being, fuck Windows Movie Maker. So first thing is you gotta find the right goddamn software to goddamn edit the damn video. Then you have to see what the limitations of that fucking software is. Like certain software won't put out in certain different outputs. Oh, now don't get me started on how you uploading your video bullshit. I don't specifically remember this because this is a while ago. Like I haven't had this issue in a while. But if I was right, didn't back on the old YouTube you had to upload videos in a certain file format? I remember that being the case because I used to upload my videos in WMV files originally, and when they switched to this new format, I had to start uploading them in MP4s. Why? Because the shit's compressed. Oh, the fucking compression. You will not believe how YouTube used to be so anal about how big your file sizes were. So if your shit was like a gig, you were screwed. Even though like half of the videos nowadays, any like good HD video on YouTube is like over a gig in terms of fucking in terms of file size. Back then they wouldn't let you upload like a gig worth of shit, so you were like just screwed, or you had to compress the fuck out of it where it didn't even matter if it was an HD or not then. And that shit's frustrating as hell, because then you gotta go find a goddamn compression tool in order to fucking compress the fucking video. Especially, and this was back when we didn't know every fucking thing about video making. When we were noobs and shit, so we had to learn this shit the hard way and then fucking apply it, and kept doing that stupid trial and error bullshit. Also, the copyright was a fucking fun thing, and YouTube constantly changing its fucking background. But getting back to the editing software, because that's the shit that'll really get on your fucking nerves. It's like, okay, so you get the software. Now you have the software. Now you have to learn how to use the software. And this is trial and error because you have to figure out, well, what options give me these results? What results do I get if I do this? And you have to do all this trial and error. And if you're someone who consistently makes videos, that means you have to learn these things as you're uploading like half-ass videos. It took me forever to learn how to fucking realize how to record videos and get them bitches to fill up the fucking screen. A lot of my older videos have like this black box or these bars on my fucking video until I realized, oh, I have to record in widescreen. And that's if you had a good enough camera to record in widescreen. Most people had standard cameras. And most cameras didn't fucking record widescreen. You had the fucking standard, which was the 4x3 bullshit, which means you would have black bars on your video no matter what you did, unless you figured out like the tag trick where if you upload a video and put, I think it was like YouTube stretch by 16:9, you can actually get that to stretch out your video, but naturally you couldn't do that unless you had a certain type of editing software. Now I actually have a flip camera that records in 16:9. I can put this webcam at 16:9, record like widescreen and shit. It doesn't look stretched out. You just get to see extra shit like my bare ass wall and the fucking light and the lotion that everyone wants to make a comment towards. And also, as a side note, that's Sengoku Basara poster, and those are clothes. Those are animals. I think someone fucking thought these were cats in one of my videos. I thought that was funny. There's a lot of shit with editing that was just frustrating as hell. And then you had to make sure your editing software wasn't the type like Windows Movie Maker where it would crash and just fucking say, oh, we didn't autosave a goddamn thing. Which is why you had to start using the project tool. When I use Sony Vegas. That's what I use. Originally I used Sony Vegas 8 Pro. And I never really saved projects. I used to just fucking edit them and upload them. And that was it. And the problem with that is if you don't save projects, I mean, now mind you, Sony Vegas does have an autosave feature, but me being a paranoid motherfucker, I save like everything as a project now, and I delete it after I upload a video because I've had that happen to me before. As I said, old YouTube used to be a bitch about uploading file types and how big the files were. So you could like fully edit and render a video in the way you wanted it, and the file size is either be too big or the type of file be the file that they don't fucking want. And they put you through so much bullshit. They put you through so much shit. And what makes it worse is that YouTube had no tutorials on this themselves. You had to literally look from other YouTubers who had ran into the same mistakes. And tutorials are your best friend on YouTube. Luckily, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, so it's kind of like I've learned most of the tricks of the trade, but there's just a lot of stupid shit that got on my nerves. Oh, and the people who tried to use like that upload feature on some of the editing software tools that gave you the option to like upload from the fucking rendering shit to the fucking to YouTube itself. Which half the time doesn't fucking work, so that was a bitch. I'm actually kind of getting lightheaded because I've talked so much. There's a lot of things I could rant about. I mean, just thinking of ideas is annoying, and being consistent with videos is annoying, especially if you're not the kind of person who like just straight out enjoys this. I mean, I enjoy it, but I still have my weeks where I just don't know what the fuck to talk about, and I'm so happy there's a Best Wishes review because that means I can put something out. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't. For those who want to be consistent and actually gain a following on YouTube, you kind of have to have a steady flow of shit coming. And then you have YouTube's problems in general, like with the subscription box and feeds and all this other dumb shit. Like, it's just, this shit was frustrating. This flat out was frustrating. Also, you have to figure out how to do lighting and shit. Like, literally, if you want to do YouTube videos, you have to literally figure out the basics of being a filmmaker. Not anything too ridiculous, depending on what the fuck kind of videos you make. But you have to figure out basic lighting. You had to get a good camera. And even what I have right now isn't considered like great quality. It's considered okay quality. And there are still stupid tricks. Like when annotations were first introduced. None of us really used annotations when they were first introduced. You didn't really find out the true value of that. And when you did figure that out, they went through all these evolutions. Like the annotations we have now are actually pretty solid. When annotations were first introduced, they were annoying as fuck to use. You didn't know how to use them. You didn't know what the fuck they were supposed to do. You didn't know you had to go into your settings and turn them on. You didn't know if it was an automatic thing or not. It was fucking ridiculous. Now you can't really go on any big YouTubers videos and not see an annotation. Mind you, for those, I feel bad for those who keep their annotations off, because you don't see a goddamn thing. You don't see links to the channels and links to shit. You just see a box with shit moving and you're like, what's going on? It's like, yeah, you don't see the annotations. I'm trying to think of what else inherently was just an aggravating process. Those are really just the main things I have off the top of my head that just got on my fucking nerves. Interruptions being the most infuriating. Interruptions stressing you out and just not making you want to record videos, because that's really what led to a lot of people when it's like, why aren't we getting certain videos sooner than what you said? It's like, well, usually it's because I want to make the video for you, but when I run into a situation where I'm like having a good day and then everyone's just kind of like, well, we're just gonna fuck up your day by aggravating the fuck out of you and making you so goddamn aggravated that you don't want to do anything. And that's usually what happens. Like a lot of people want to get on YouTube. It's like, oh, you don't do this, you don't do this. Like, first off, it's my fucking channel. 2, you have the option to watch it. And 3, this shit isn't easy. To quote Uncle Min, this shit is not easy. This shit gets infuriating some days. Some days you don't want to fucking do that. I'm just now starting to use the schedule uploader thing. I haven't used that before, which, that's the other fucking thing I can get into real quick and make this a full 20-something minute video. The uploading times, because YouTube used to be a dick with the maintenance and the uploading times, where YouTube used to have like, we're scheduling for maintenance, and it would come out of fucking nowhere. There would be no goddamn warning. It would just be like, we're scheduling for maintenance, and you couldn't upload videos, you couldn't favorite anything. Like, it'd be like periods when you just couldn't do shit, and it's just kind of like, well, what the fuck? Especially for people who have jobs and other shit to do, and it's kind of like, I gotta upload this tonight because I got other things to do tomorrow and the next day and shit. This was infuriating. And then uploading itself could be a bitch depending on not even your internet connection. Some people have had fast internet connections and the internet and then YouTube just still be a bitch about it. Like, it wouldn't always, sometimes it would like take forever to upload like a 10-minute video, but take less time to upload like a fucking 20-minute video. Like, it used to be anal as fuck about the tags, like where I've uploaded videos and not be able to save like the information, like where I put the title or the description of the tags. This is just a lot of shit, man. That was infuriating. Just having nights where I had to gamble to see when I could upload videos. I remember uploading videos before school. The schedule uploading thing when it was first introduced was ass too, and now it's actually fairly working. I've been testing it out like today. But fuck, like really, shit ain't easy. Shit ain't easy. So please, for you fellow YouTubers, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I would love to hear some stories about things that used to piss you the fuck off and things that you were infuriating with, because I know I'm missing some stuff, but I've literally been talking for almost 20 minutes, and I don't want this to be one of those videos where the shit cuts off, my computer fucks me over, which goes into the other problem I can mention about how just computer issues in general would just fuck up video making completely, where niggas had to upload videos to the library. Mind you, I never was in that. Well, no, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. I did that for chapter reviews, actually. Because I would have to, like, go to work early for chapter... Like, when I used to do chapter reviews on TheInsaneGamefreak, I used to have to go to, like, work that early that day. And so I would have to, like, record the video before I get dressed, save the videos on the flash drives, and then go to the fucking... When I went to work, upload the fucking videos through my job server, and that shit is slow as balls because we had Wi-Fi and we didn't have the greatest internet connection. It was shit. It was complete shit. But I'm rambling now. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. Please leave your comments, thoughts in the comment section below. Video responses are always welcome. And yeah, that's about it. So life's a game, play to win, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.